Sunday, August 19th, 2 p.m. Mountain Time, 2018. Guys, in this video, we're going to take a look at the tropical storms in the Pacific Ocean, the East Pac and the West Pac. This storm right here, I want to talk about briefly. If it were to make landfall right now, the rain would be so astronomical. I don't think there's any water management system on Earth that could handle what this storm is creating right now. It's somewhere in the neighborhood of probably 6 to 10 inches of rain per hour. The height of this storm is absolutely incredible. This one's due to make landfall up in the North Korea area here in a couple of days, bringing several inches, possibly a foot in some areas itself. We'll talk about those here in a minute. But first, the Hawaii storm, Hurricane Lane. The models have changed just a little, well, at least one of them. They've both actually changed some, one now having a direct impact into the Big Island. So let's take a look and see. We're here at windy.com. This is tomorrow, and this is the position of the storm tomorrow, the estimated position, okay? Usually within 24 hours, most of these models are pretty accurate. Let's step it forward 48 hours and take a look. You can see it's moving in the direction of the Big Island, north-northwest. Let's step it ahead 48 hours. You can see it's made a right-hand turn from the track that we saw earlier that was bringing it to the west of all of the islands. This is Wednesday morning at 10 a.m. We'll go to Wednesday afternoon. You can see it slows down exponentially, by the way, almost stops right before the Big Island. That's Wednesday evening. Let's go to Thursday morning. You can see it's now making a landfall, and part of the storm is already over Maui. And the bulk of the storm, the eye wall, is still just offshore of the Big Island. That's Thursday morning. Thursday afternoon, it's well on shore, crossing over the Big Island. The center of rotation over Maui. This is the GFS model showing a Thursday, Friday landfall of this coming week and lingering around until Friday afternoon and evening up through Honolulu, not dropping as much rain in the Honolulu area as Maui and of course the Big Island and Hilo. Some of the totals are unbelievable. I'm going to share them with you, and again, this is just a model. This is one model, and normally, you know, it's got a pretty good degree of accuracy, but again, that's 72 hours away, so a lot can happen between now and then. But usually not that much with regard to 72 hours. The models are usually pretty good. So that's the GFS model. The European model has it going to the south by a few degrees on Thursday, and then Friday making that right-hand turn. The outer edge of the storm will bring some rain to all of the islands of Hawaii, but nothing like a direct impact. But you can still see some sort of an impact, but not near as much. And that's the European model. But the GFS shows an entirely different path directly into the Big Island. And that's at windy.com. VentureSky is showing the same thing. This is its position, estimated position on Tuesday. 36 hours from now, we'll jump ahead to Wednesday. And you can see it's moving west-northwest. Thursday kind of slows down. Now we're pretty much in line with the Big Island. We'll go to, that's Thursday morning, by the way, Thursday morning at 2 a.m. Let's go to Thursday at 8 p.m. And you can see it makes a right-hand turn, and it's just offshore of the Big Island. And then Thursday night, around midnight, starting to make a landfall into Friday. So it's consistent with windy.com. Making a landfall Thursday into Friday into the Big Island. That's the GFS model. Bringing a lot of rain. There are some variances in the amounts of rain to each area. I'll share those with you here. In fact, we'll do it right now. Let's go back to Wednesday. We'll switch over to precipitation from today. Check out some of these rain totals. Very impressive, so it's just something to pay attention to, that's all. And again, it's just a forecast, and forecasts can and will change. This is Thursday, but it hasn't made landfall yet. Let's go to Thursday evening. You can see some of the rainfall totals in the neighborhood of 16 to 18 inches, 8 inches. I'll zoom in tight so you can see for yourself. And that's not even a complete landfall yet. Right over the central part of the Big Island. That would be in the area of Kilauea's down here, Mauna Loa, Mauna Kea, Hilo's over here. Hilo would be looking at 4 inches of rain as it's making landfall. Moving forward into Friday morning. Let's go Friday morning at 11 a.m. You can see the totals. Even over in Hilo, 15. This would be in the area of Leilani Estates, anywhere from 18, 19 inches. 20 inches up in the elevations. And again, this is just a model, guys, so it's subject to change. That's Friday, so you're talking 4.5 days basically away. So a lot can change between now and then, but this is the GFS model, and normally it's pretty accurate. Those are the precipitation totals showing a landfall Thursday into Friday on the Big Island. WX Charts is showing something very similar. I know this is a little more difficult to read, but here's the Hawaiian Islands right here. This is the storm right here. It's very reminiscent of Hurricane Hector. But this one has a little different outcome. You see how it slows down, almost stalls? Goes just past the Big Island, the outer edge. Affects the Big Island and literally makes a direct impact into the area of Honolulu on Friday. So we'll have to wait and see. The model has changed in the last, well, 36 hours, so it's subject to change again. But right now we are looking at a possible direct impact from this hurricane, Hurricane Lane. Here it is on, these are the two storms over in the Westpac. I'm going to come back to those here in just a minute. But you can see this storm here is incredibly tall. There it is again. I'll definitely come back to that here in a minute. That is a rainmaker. This one hasn't updated in a while, so I'm interested to see if it will change. This is 120 hours out. Right now it's a Cat 3 in the position that I just showed you. It's forecasted to decrease to a Cat 2, then by the time it gets close to the Big Island as a Cat 1, bringing a lot of rain though. But this model hasn't updated in a while, so it's still showing it south of all of the islands up to Friday. So we'll see what this one does. It's normally pretty accurate, but they do change. I've seen these things change considerably, especially 120 hours out. A lot can happen between now and then with regard to the weather. Here at Windy, I want to show you these storms in the Westpac. Like I said, this first storm, I forget the name. It is incredibly, the VIL, that's called it stands for the Vertical Integrated Liquid, okay? The VIL of this storm is, like, it's astronomical. This one here, the second one, and it's not even fully developed yet. So if it maintains that type of horsepower, if it made landfall with these types of rain totals, it would be a flood like we've never seen before, I don't think, in modern times. That storm right there, it's near the -4. That's incredibly tall. And out there in the ocean, it's not hurting anybody, and it could drop 30 inches an hour, and that's fine. But when it gets close to land, this thing right now, the way it's churning, is probably, like I said, dropping 6 to 8 inches of rain per hour. You don't normally see these types of features on even very strong organized systems. And this isn't even a hurricane yet. That's still a tropical storm. So that is very impressive. So the Pacific Ocean is generating some very impressive storms this year. And unfortunately, some of them are making landfall. This one here looks like it's going to make a landfall somewhere in the Koreas, whether it be south or north. It remains to be seen. And again, you know, it's a model. It's going to change. It's a forecast. But that second storm there that's something right there. I don't think I've ever seen one quite that strong in these wavelengths before. That's a strong storm right there. And this one here makes that one look like a toy. That's a strong storm, and it's not even, like I said, a hurricane yet. So it'll be interesting to see what that one does. So big heads up in the Westpac. Heads up Hawaii, as this storm here, at least according to the GFS, shows a slowing down and a landfall this Thursday and Friday, a possible landfall this Thursday and Friday. And I wanted to show you some rain totals real quick. We're talking Thursday and Friday, so that's later on in the week. Let's look at rain accumulation. This is what actually led me to it. I was looking at the rain accumulation for this storm over here. There's actually a collection of storms, and it was showing in some areas of the Koreas, I think 13 inches. Let's see, there's 6, 4, here we go, South Korea, 14.8. That's where the storm is making landfall by this Friday. Let's go to Hawaii. That's what I noticed first. Here we go. These are rain totals, potential rain totals, okay, by this Friday. And you can see that the rain totals it's showing right now, 19s. I mean, it's fully maxed. I think it's even higher if you zoom in closer. Yeah, 21.8 potentially. You know, these are, again, just estimates, guys. It has to, you know, make a landfall first. So this is definitely subject to change, but you're seeing the totals, especially up in the elevations. And we've seen this before on these instruments, and you know, well, to be quite honest, the last time we saw huge rain totals, first of all, it wasn't involving a tropical storm. It was just a random storm that showed 20 to 25 inches of potential rainfall on the Big Island. Next thing you know, Kilauea erupted, and we had no rainfall. It was really unusual, and I'd never seen these programs do that. So, big heads up if you're on the Big Island. Thanks for watching, guys. Have a super day. Be safe out there.